Hello, everyone. I'm Annette Goldsmith, the Sephardic Temple Librarian. I began this series, Stay-at-Home Storytime, last year as a stopgap until we could meet again for in-person library story times. But one of the lessons we've learned from the pandemic is that the ability to connect beyond in-person get-togethers is always valuable. So I do plan to continue this series. If you have a child anxiously waiting for the story to start, please go to the second part of this recording, and that's where I get right into the story. Otherwise, stay with me for a few minutes so I can provide some context and a bit more of an introduction. Last year, I introduced my stay-at-home story time with The Longest Night, a poetic retelling of the Passover story. I'm using this book again for two reasons. This year, I see an added dimension to it, and more about that in a moment. And I've updated the technology that I used before. So even if you watch the original recording, you might want to watch this one too. After all, every year in the Haggadah, the telling, we retell the amazing story of our exodus from Egypt. So a good story is worth hearing again. The author of The Longest Night, Laurel Snyder, has written many Jewish children's books as well as non-Jewish books. She's also a poet, and she lives in Atlanta. The evocative paintings in acrylics are by Katia Chen, a Brazilian Taiwanese illustrator who lives right here in Southern California. Both Laurel Snyder and Katia Chen offer activities that you can do at home. After you listen to the story, consider visiting the author's website. She is working on a new book called The Beastly Collective, and she would love to get some help from children with illustrating the animals. You will also learn some great new collective nouns, such as a destruction of wild cats. Katia Chen did a short video for the PBS series, Brief but Spectacular, talking about how she encourages children to create art from the inside out. This includes visualizing scenes and then creating them. Also easy to do from home and a very creative approach to art instruction. Creating art on your own or as a family is also a way to connect and empathize with other people. Use it as an opportunity to be inclusive. Hate crimes against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise, most recently in Atlanta. Watch Katia Chen's video and let her be your guide in appreciating people as individuals. Ask your children what kind of art they could make to support their Asian American neighbors. And that's it for the introduction. On to the story.